Veya and I are ready for our first backpacking trip. Are you ready to go, Veya? Yeah, I think she's pretty ready to go. All right, so Veya and I are off on our first overnight backpacking trip. This is Potter Pass Trailhead, Sierra National Forest. That's the direction we're going. And the plan is that we're going to hike up over Twin Lakes to George Lake. We'll overnight there, and then we'll come back. Come on, V. Okay, I think my heart's racing. Probably about 150 after that climb. Couldn't film it. It was a bit of a haul. Now I think we're reaching the peak. So it's about 2 miles up, then some down into the meadows with the lakes. And Veya's pretty sure she wants to go swimming. Check this out. Okay, so we are heading to George Lake, that's Upper Twin Lake, and we are heading this way to go up and over the lake. George Lake is over there somewhere. All right, here we go. And we're here, so let me show you what it looks like. This is George Lake. According to my map, at least. So I'm making my first backpacking meal. We're doing Mountain House freeze-dried lasagna. Now I have my Jetboil cup attached to the base, attached to my fuel, and this little knob here. This is probably, for all those who have never done this like me. And there's an igniter on the back, so I'm gonna heat that water, 14 ounces, which I then add to my meal. Sit for 8 to 9 minutes, stir and enjoy. Okay, here we go. Igniter. There we go. And we're off to the races. So it actually boiled really fast. I think that probably only took 2 or 3 minutes. Now I have to pour this. I think I'm okay. Ooh. That's why there's a handle. Okay. Pour this into here. Oh, don't spill. Okay. Back. Oh, it's still bubbling. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Okay, now I have to close the zipper. And it says, oh, stir carefully. Oops, I didn't stir. Okay. Opening zipper. So I have to stir carefully. Then, do I lick this? Then close zipper, pouch. All right, now that has to sit. All right, here we go with my nifty difty titanium spork. Although I do see the value. This is a small pouch. This one here is small because there's just one of me compared to the much taller pouches where that long neck spoon comes in handy and you're not digging your knuckles in there. All right, so let's see. I can see the pasta. I can see some meat. I can see tomatoes. Let's try it. That's not bad. It's it's all mushed together, as it would have to be. So it's kind of like, it's like all the leftover bits of lasagna that aren't all whole anymore. But I can taste the tea, so yeah, it's all right. All right, so I'm gonna dig in and have my dinner. That's my view. It's raining. What do you think of that, man? First night out, and we're getting rained on. Thank goodness for rain cover. It will hopefully keep us dry. And yeah, it's 6:45 right now, and Veya thinks it's bedtime, and I think Mother Nature thinks it's bedtime. Well, good morning. So, first lesson learned, make sure you turn off your cell phone if that's all you have left because of technology failures to record. So I couldn't record anything this morning because my phone was completely dead. We are now back off the trail, and there are definitely some lessons learned which I wanted to capture. That was kind of my reason for wanting to do this trip right now, my shakeout trip. So first, I need a different sleeping bag. My sleeping bag is, it's the first time I ever used it. I bought it for my work-related stuff, and it's the mummy kind, so there's like no room to move, and I can't sleep that way. I was about to have a panic attack. And on top of that, I have Veya with me. So second lesson learned is I have a fleece for her, and I should have packed it. I didn't even think about it because she got cold too. And I had gotten a little bit wider air mattress, intending to, her to be on part of it. But because the sleeping bag was so narrow, I had to zip it all the way down and then lay on it and then try to wrap it over. But it doesn't work because it's too narrow. And then she's on the air mattress with me, and so I'm trying to cut. There was no sleeping at all for me. She slept maybe 15 minutes at a time before I had to then try to move again, and all night long. So it was a long night. The rain stopped, but everything was still wet this morning, so putting the tent away wet and all that, so I'm gonna have to clean all of that. I also have decided lesson 3, I need to upgrade to a Garmin InReach, because I'm totally comfortable and accustomed to traveling on my own. However, I'm usually in cell phone range. So being out for multiple days at a time where I may or may not see people, I feel like, I need the ability to call for help if it's required. So with the InReach, using what its capabilities are, at least my family can track where I am. I can call if necessary, check in, etc. So I think I need to do that. I had thought about the personal locator beacon. I don't know if that's kind of redundant with the Garmin, because I could call for help and I'd be able to give them my coordinates. So still thinking about that. But different sleeping bag, the Garmin InReach, pack Veya's fleece, and I also have a rain gear for her, which I didn't pack. I didn't pack rain gear for myself because I'm thinking, oh right, there's no forecast of rain. Yeah, well, lesson number, what's that, up to 4 or 5? Rookie mistake. Fortunately, the rain was just overnight. It was clear when we got up this morning, so that wasn't an issue, but had it continued, I would have been pretty miserable. I think that's about it. Oh, and the bear cans. When your hands are cold, those things are hurt to open, to push the little tab and slide over. If anybody has any suggestions, I guess maybe I could use my spork or something to kind of push it in. But man, my fingers were numb and raw, and and I guess it's supposed to be hard to open. All right, so I think that's it. That ended up being a shorter hike than I anticipated. Looking at the map, I thought it would be a little bit longer. It's only about 5 miles each way, plus about a mile hiking around George Lake after we dropped the packs and set up camp. So about 10-ish miles round trip. Pretty good steep little climb up and over, I think it's called Kaiser Pass. I'll double check on the mirror and post it there. And yeah, so now it's back to Shaver Lake. See ya.